Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking. We are making an old recipe that our grandma used to make for our grandpa. Grandpa had a massive stroke that he was bedridden for 3 years, I think it was.
It was 3 years.
And my grandma would make these baked apples for him as a treat because he was very finicky with his food, very finicky with what he eats, and he loved the baked apples, so she used to make him that all the time. And I seem to remember, I think she used to make him applesauce too, homemade applesauce.
Yes, she did. So we cut out the center of our Golden Delicious apples and we're going to put in our ingredients. Now you can do whatever you want, but it's pretty basic. So we did a half of the ingredients with brown sugar and half with granulated sugar. So we have a total of a 1/4 cup of sugars in here. So it's 2 tablespoons each. So what we're going to do is add in a half a teaspoon of the apple pie spice.
Yeah.
And then we're going to add in a half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. Now the apple pie spice does have cinnamon, but it has like allspice, nutmeg, and stuff like that in it too. And mix it together. And we're going to put them inside of here. We're going to use our tiny little measuring spoon because these openings are little. And while Elsie's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut up little squares of butter to put at the very top. And then we're going to put it in the oven at 375 and we're going to bake it. But in order to steam these, we're going to put hot water in there into the bottom of the pan. And when it comes out, it's going to be, it's going to be really pretty interesting to look at, but it was so good. We used to hang on her little legs and grab whatever we could because we love Grandma Grace's cooking so much. And we were spoiled little grandkids. We didn't have much, but do you remember her every year getting the S&H green stamps?
I remember going with them to get stuff.
And that was our Christmas gift for the year. We got to pick something out of the S&H group, but it had to be a certain amount because she was on a fixed income. And we would go and pick out, I remember looking in there, and they had dolls in there. And I was like, all I wanted was a doll. And they were, of course they were higher number on the amount of stamps.
They had dishes and stuff too. I remember that.
Where you would turn in your you would turn in your stamps for the dishes that they would sell at Publix and stuff like that. But S&H green stamps, I do believe, was only done at like a Publix. I think it was.
It might have been done at other grocery stores throughout the U.S. because they were everywhere. S&H was. But I always remember going with them down to Fern Park where the S&H little retail store was.
Whatever amount of stamps she had to divide them amongst everybody. So she would try to be share and share alike, and she would definitely. That was your Christmas present for the year. You got to choose something. It wasn't anything big, but you got to choose something out of the S&H green stamps.
I remember going grocery shopping with them too because they would go usually on a Friday. And
in that old Datsun pickup truck.
Yeah.
And we'd have to ride in the back because that was an old truck that the gear shift was on the column. Now I know we're telling our age now.
but we would go with them grocery shopping. Not all us kids went all the time. There was one kid, maybe 2 kids would go. And they went to like 3 or 4 different stores because
To get the best
she
deal.
shopped the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
anyway.
how people did from the Depression era. They shopped what they could afford.
Right.
So
Well, this is for you, Grandma.
this is for you, Grandma Grace. We love you very much and miss you more.
All right. These are going in the oven now because the oven is preheated.
Piping hot.
All right. Hi, I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And
we're
we're
Two Sisters Southern Cooking. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.